All right, I just got home. It is Friday morning. I got home a little early this week because the ground is moist. I'm about to get my rubber boots. The morning dew is messing up my shoe. Anyhow, uh, I told my dispatcher that if my mother didn't get my tag renewed for my other truck because it's tagged in Kansas, that I needed to be home Friday. And I didn't confirm or deny whether or not she had got it done. I kind of forgot about it. But luckily, he did not. Well, not really luckily, but I mean, kind of, sort of luckily. He remembered and I forgot. Normally it's the other way around, but this dispatcher's pretty decent. So, my mom got my tags renewed a couple days ago. And so, I didn't think to tell him that the tags got renewed because I was going to say, I was going to let him know if they did not get renewed. If that makes sense. So I wasn't thinking about confirming that they got renewed. I was thinking about confirming that they did not. So I didn't think about saying anything. This truck is tagged in Kansas. And really the other one needs to be also, but nonetheless. This one's more for hauling my heavier duty trailers, and the other one's for hauling lighter duty trailers. And the light duty trailers are tagged in Kansas, and the heavy duty trailers are tagged in Missouri. So, anyhow, it's basically my legal loophole to work around the system, save myself a little bit of money. But anyhow, I don't know that I'm saving a lot of bit of money because the taxes are higher in Kansas for the tags on the truck. But I don't have to worry about tagging all my trailers and having to do that rimmerang and paying taxes on all my trailers. Not that I have a bunch of them. I really only have the one in Missouri that I typically use. But then my mother has her trailer, which is tagged in Kansas, and then I got my horse trailer, which has got a K tag. I call it a K tag on it. So, and then any other little trailers that we haul, which is rare. And I just dropped my phone. Ooh, Chinese lanterns. Ah. Come on. Oh, here's some more. They're not quite ready. This one is. Growing up through the pallet. What I want to do is take these. Oh, here's some more. Wow. There's some more. There's some more. All right. I'll edit this part of the video from my farm video and put it on my free food and medicine video channel. This lady suggested I spend more time per plant. And it's kind of hard to spend more time per plant because I don't know all the ins and outs of each plant. I'm not like David Ray, where I'm a walking encyclopedia. David Ray was really smart, but he just never really applied himself. And so he was useful to have around for knowledge, but a lot of times he exaggerated or blew that knowledge out of proportion. So it wasn't really 100% accurate. But he was able to retain more knowledge than I do, but that's probably because he was spending 99% of his time, or I'd say 90% of his time, doing research. But he would never apply the research. He just wanted to learn and not do anything with it. And for me, that was a waste of time. But yeah, these are Chinese lanterns. They're really good. And they're really good for you. What I would like to do is cultivate these, get them all growing in one yard, like do like a 20 by 20 plot, and just have these all growing in that little plot. And I would mow it. Meow. I would mow it or have the goats mow it for me up until these things start to sprout. And then I would put on the calendar basically when they're going to sprout. And then I would not let the goats in there anymore. And then these would have less competition. And they would grow like gangbusters. And I'd have a plethora. Meow. This is Fluffy. I would have a plethora of these Chinese lanterns. So that's my game plan. I still plan on doing that. I just haven't done it yet because I'm only one person. David Ray was supposed to help me with all that stuff, but he never did. So that's the Chinese lanterns. Fluffy, 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 Fluffy. She's a good mom. She's a good mom. Yes, you're a good mommy. She looks like she's lost weight and hair. You're not as hairy as normal for some reason. Are you sure you're Fluffy? You gotta be Fluffy. You don't look like any other cat. Alrighty. So I'm going down. I just got home. Going down to check on and feed all the animals. My mom's been here most of the week, and she's been pretty much looking in on them. So now that I'm here, it's my time to take over. And that's basically what my arrangement was with Judas, you know. So I call David Ray Judas. But anyways, because he's a backstabbing so-called friend. But anyhow, um, his job was to look after and maintain the land and take care of the animals while I was away. He had a free ride, you know. He didn't have any responsibilities except for his responsibilities here on the land. I basically took care of all the bills. I basically took care of everything financially. All he had to do was take care of the land. That's what he said he wanted to do. You know, that's what he said he was good at doing. And that's what he said he would do. But he didn't do it. So basically, the arrangement was I pay all the bills, he does the work while I'm on the road, then I come home and I help out. You look filthy. You've been playing in the mud? That's what it looks like. That's candy. But yeah, I come home, nothing was done. Let's see how much water we got in the pond. It rained this week while I was gone. A little kitten. We had a new kitten show up at Keplinger. There's another kitten. Oh yeah, it rained. Not enough to really fill up the pond though. But it looks like the water level's up a little bit. Hopefully the mussels are doing good in there. And they'll work to keep the water clean. There's the little tiger cat. Little tiger cat. Good thing I got my rubber boots, my feet are wet. Callie, come here, let me see your neck. Not too bad, not too bad. I forgot the antibiotics again there. Wait. Oh, oh, shit. She's injured again. Damn it. I don't know what her deal is, but she keeps getting injured. I have to take her to the vet and get her more antibiotics. Ah. All right. Well, I'm going to take care of these animals, get them fed, feed the goat, and take Callie to the vet. The vet's not open yet, but they'll be open here in about 30 minutes. Looks like some coons have been in here, so I still got a coon problem. Come on, kitty, and get off the traps. Ah, what the hell? There we go. So I'm going to set these traps. Maybe catch some coons this weekend. kill some coons this weekend. There we go. Come on, cat. Cat. Pain in the butt, cats. Candy. What's going on, Candy? Ah, shit. Come on. Oh, well, to hell with it. Alright, fix this trap again. What the heck is wrong with this thing? Here we go. Alright, watch out, kitties. Alright, now we'll go feed the cats. Then I'll come back and put grain in there. Oh, what the heck? Alright. Meow, meow, meow. Callie's pretty tough considering all the crap she's been through. Meow, 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 meow. It almost looks like she had a botfly on her neck. I'll investigate it here in a minute when we get to the cat house. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it! Pokeberries. Swirl, be nice. Get it, get it, get it, get it! I got my nice clothes on, so I'm trying not to get too dirty. Oh yeah, coons have been in here too. Be nice. Her and Callie are just mean. Be nice. Fix these bowls. Stuff it. Now these two bowls aren't the same size. Now that one will fit in that one, so I guess that'll work. All right. Yeah, it's supposed to be in there. Little tiger cat. But I guess that automatic feeder gets plugged up while I'm out, so they don't get as much food as anticipated. There you go. But once I got somebody here more full time, which I will here shortly, and I kind of already do, they'll get fed more often. I also gotta get more flea and tick medicine. Come here, Callie. Let me see your neck. Oh shit. Well, come here. Stop. Yeah, it looks like she might have had a bot fly in her neck. I'm still gonna take her to the vet and get her some antibiotics. I sprayed her neck with that spray. Get in there and eat, little one. Little Obi-Wan. Alright, I'll take care of the goat. He don't require much. He's only one goat. Still trying to get Trig and her baby back, but probably not going to happen. But I'm holding out to hopefully maybe get them back so I don't need to go buy another male. Because Trigger, her baby, is a male. But Judas stole them and relocated them to Deb Yoder's property. And Deb Yoder is refusing to release them to us. See, that's got a worm in it. I saw the wormhole in the paper. So the worm's in there. So I'll just throw it over there so it'll grow over there next year. Because the worms will eat everything but the seeds. They're not really worms, they're like caterpillars. They're just real little caterpillars. That one's not ready. And you got to get the Chinese lanterns before they do. I mean, you can dust them. I've got my own herbal blend for dusting my plants. I just haven't put it into practice yet. Yeah. Once this is gone, I'll fill it up with goat food, which I could probably do now. I could put that in the other feeder or feed bucket. Alright, so I got the goat food ready. Like I said, I pretty much only give this to him on the weekend, so I don't mind giving him a whole deal. Plus, it's got dewormer medicine in it. So, being the only goat on the property, and seeing as I'm doing the proper rotation, chances are he's not going to have any worms. There, where's that web? I can see it. There it is. There's another one. This is the bad part. I'm going to probably end up walking into a spider web. I'm going real slow. I left my keys up front, so I'll have to air up my air gun later. Oop. I think I kind of sort of walked into a spider web. There's another one. These are little ones. I saw another one. Oh, there it is. Ah, in my face. I see another one, a sliver of one right around here. But just like one little strand. Those aren't so bad. It's the webs that bother me. There's Donna. Hey, Donna. Meow. There's cat food in the cat house. But she'll probably eat some of this. Meow. I just walked through another spider web. But it too was a small one. No, see no spiders on me. I see another one. Just a sliver. So far, I probably shouldn't say anything because I'll jinx myself. But so far, spider webs haven't been too bad. There's Paul. Hey, Paul. Weather. Are you trying to play possum? You think I can't see you? Like if I stand very still, he won't see me. Oh, there's a big spider web. I'm going to take it out because If I don't, I'll probably walk into it on the way back, like I did last time. And I just spilled some of the food. Ducking. Oh, there's another one. And another one. All right. We're almost in the clear. Just gotta make it to the goat house. So my mom's been here pretty much all this week. Sophie will be here next week, officially. Her birthday's this weekend. My birthday's next weekend. So she wants to have a birthday party. Pizza party. Come on, Weather. Matt. There's a little bit of dog food in here. Probably won't hurt him because it's mostly corn. Come on, Weather. He'll figure it out. So anyway. Yeah, he's neutered. But, so I'm hoping to get Trig and her baby, Trigger, back. Judas calls the baby Quad. So Trig is a tripod goat. She only has 3 legs. He wanted to put her down. But my mom and Garrett wanted to save her life, so I paid the bill to save her life. And otherwise, Judas would have killed her. She's only a month old, maybe 2 months tops. And anyway, so he basically forfeited ownership of her because he wanted to kill her. And my mom and Garrett wanted to save her. And so at that point, she became our goat because I paid all the bills and I saved her life. And he wanted to put her down. So he didn't care about her. He's like, she's worthless. She can't have any children now. She only has 3 legs. And then later he was complaining that she didn't have a very good milk bag. Come on, Donna. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. And that she wasn't a very good mother, when actually she's a very good mother. She may not have the best milk bag, but she's a really good mom. And she comes from a long line of survivors. Her mother was Cleopatra, and Cleopatra is probably the strongest goat alive because she survived David Ray, Judas. He didn't like Cleopatra. He wanted to kill her also. He brought her down as the sacrificial goat when we first came down, or he first came down. I came down in 2012. He came down in 2013. And he didn't know how the Jeff Detrick's dogs would get along with the goats and whatnot. So he brought Cleopatra down as the sacrificial goat, and because he didn't care about her. In fact, he didn't really like her at all. She almost died on his watch up in Kansas City, and his stepdad had to intervene. That was right before he brought her down here. So I brought her down as the sacrificial goat. And the dogs got along okay with the goats. In fact, we tethered her to one of the dogs, and the most unruly dog, actually. And it helped tame the dog also. It's really cool. You know, so they kind of had a symbiotic relationship, if you will. Because they had to learn to work together in order to get around. And it's wet back here. My garden looks like it's doing pretty good though, considering. Cantaloupes, watermelon, regular tomatoes, squash. The squash is growing like gangbusters. These are my cucumbers that died. They didn't make it. Sweet potatoes, regular tomatoes, red potatoes. That's it. So the cantaloupes look like they're probably doing the best, or second, well, between them and the squash. But the tomatoes and the sweet potatoes aren't doing too bad either. So, trying not to get too wet. Anyhow, so that's my garden. So I brought Cleopatra down as the sacrificial goat. I'm pretty sure I locked this up before I left. If Sophie uses my camper, yeah, I did. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put a window unit so they can keep cool, because I don't think there's actually a window that'll fit a window unit. More spider webs. Now this camper is not set up for a window unit, although where the refrigerator is, we'll probably put a window unit in here. That's where the fridge is. I have to measure this and see if I can find one that'll fit. That might be the best I can do. I mostly just use it for storage. And my emergency bedroom But anyways, Cleopatra, she survived um, all the pandemics, if you will. Judas doesn't take very good care of his animals, any animals for that matter. In fact, he's already slacking off on Deb. It's funny, I sent my letter to Deb about Judas, the goats, the whole 9 yards. That very same day, she hadn't even read my letter yet, but she had received it because I sent it on Facebook. She had received it, but she hadn't read it yet because she got a new phone. But she was complaining over at Bill and Shirley's that day, because they were having their shindig that day, that Judas wasn't taking care of the goats. Well, now she's stuck with the responsibility of taking care of the goats, and she didn't even want them in the first place. And in the letter, I said, you know, he may be taking care of the goats on your land for now, but that too shall pass. Once he finds another sucker, he'll go back to his old ways, if not sooner. Apparently, she's the new sucker. So now she's stuck taking care of his goats and my goats, but yet she won't release our goats to us because she's afraid of David Ray for some fucked up reason. He's a loser. He ain't got no leg to stand on. And those ghosts are going to start dying on her for too long. They've been there since June, July, now August. It's 3 months. He hasn't rotated them at all. They're going to start getting parasites and they're going to start dying again. There's Winky. Winky. You're a little tough one too. So, we might get Trig and Trigger back for too long because he's no longer taking care of the goats, and she's going to start wanting to get rid of them. We may end up with all of his goats, but we don't want all of his goats. We only want our two back. Anyways. So, yeah, they died. Almost his entire herd died due to worms. And then he lied and said that, oh, they're inbred. We, blah, 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 blah. And that's why they're dying. They got a neurological disorder because they're too inbred. So I went out and bought more goats. And that was my first mistake. I should have just let them die, but he pulled at my heartstrings. He's like, oh, they're inbred. We need to change up the bloodline. So I went out and bought like $2,000 worth of goats almost. And half of them died. Then he was like, oh, you bought too many goats. We got too many goats. And I was like, wait a minute. We only had like 17 goats and we got 15 acres. You can put up to like 10 goats per acre. How did I have too many goats? So let's just barely over 1 goat per acre. But they were dying and he blamed me. So that's when I was like, something's not right here. So I started doing some homework and found out they were dying from worms. So I went out and got Cydectin and gave that to him to give to the goats. But he refused to give it to them because it wasn't organic. And we were calling ourselves an off-grid organic farming retreat. And he said, oh, we can't call ourselves organic if we're giving them this pharmaceutical, blah, blah, blah. And so he refused to give it to them. And therefore, more goats died. So that's when I took the organic out of our name. And it's just an off-grid farm and retreat. Actually, it's not even a retreat anymore. It's just off-grid farm. Boom. It's not even DD&D anymore. It's just off-grid farm. That's it. So I did change the sign to off-grid farm and organic recycling to encourage people to bring their organic waste, their organic matter here. Anyhow, and then that's pretty much when I took over goat maintenance, and I had pretty much no goats die except for baby goats in the winter. They would all cram into one little house, and they would squish each other in the corners and whatnot. And so baby goats would die in the winter for that reason, and or maybe they were weak and they got rejected or something. But for the most part, I didn't lose any goats, just the potential baby goats in the winter. And I wasn't here to babysit them, and Judas wouldn't do it. So, I figured it was just a cost of, having goats off grid with me being on the road. And, because we're not set up really for goats. But he already had goats, and then I went out and bought goats to keep his goats from being inbred. And then those goats died. So I ended up buying, and then this is another mistake, because he basically let all my purebred goats die, as well as some of the non-purebred goats that I bought. So I went out and bought 2 more purebred goats. And that's basically when I took over goat maintenance. Here, I got a burrito for you. Breakfast burrito. And then, come here, Winky. Kitty, kitty. And then, that's when I quit losing goats. Until I brought in Kikos. I had thought that the Kikos brought in Pink Eye, but apparently Pink Eye was just going around this year. Come here, Winky. Have a burrito. Get it. Kitty, 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 kitty. Yeah, it's dirty. She's like, it's not regular cat food. But when I get a whiff of it, I might go after it. She's like, wait a minute, I smell something. Oh, yeah, okay. Let me lick the dirt off first. There she goes. Now she's eating. She's just licking the burrito. So once I got the Kiko Spanish goat crosses, I started having problems because we had the pink eye problem, and Judas wasn't looking after them at all. So I came home and we had three dead goats and 4 sick goats. And I asked Judas when he checked on them last. He goes, "Oh, I checked on them this morning. They were fine." Really? They weren't fine. So I spent the whole day medicating them. I had to jab them in the neck with these antibiotics, chase them all down, catch them all. They hated me after that. And then 3 days later, I had to do it again. So I had to take an extra day off of work because of it. That cost me $200-300. And yeah, so anyways, and after that, I think I lost one more goat, and I got them all tested, and they had worms, but it was such a low count that the doc, the vet said I didn't need to medicate them. So I was like, okay, cool. But Brownie, of course, he was kind of weak anyways. But Brownie, I came home and he was sick, and he ended up dying the next day. And I think it was worms, but I don't know. But yeah, Judas didn't bother to check on him, keep an eye on him, or let me know that something was wrong. You know, he just doesn't care. And now the other goats are gonna start dying too. And Cleopatra, she had the pink eye also. She had, when it comes to herd immunity, she got it, I swear. And that's what Judas was going for. He was just gonna let them all die until they got herd immunity. And I think Cleopatra is pretty much the only one who actually had said herd immunity. But um, but her offspring's pretty strong. Trig is Cleopatra's offspring, and then Trigger is obviously her offspring. So Trigger is Cleopatra's grandson. So they got good DNA. They got good, strong DNA, and so that's another reason why I want them back. But I want them back for multiple reasons. One, they're ours. Two, Judas doesn't care about them. He's just gonna let them die. He only stole them to punish us for taking away his freebies. You know, it's like all these years I've given him hand-ups, and he took them for handouts, and then got angry with me, or angry at me, and tried to punish me when I took away his hand-ups, because he thought, oh, these are handouts, I can do whatever I want. You know, it's like, no, these are not handouts, these are hand-ups. And if you're not going to be responsible and do what needs to be done around here, I'm going to take away your so-called handouts. And that's exactly what I did. And then he wanted to punish me for it. So he's no different than a welfare recipient. You know, he preaches, he disparages and badmouths people who mooch off of the government, but yet he does it to other people. What's the difference? You know, it's like he talks about how the government is stealing money from the people to feed these welfare recipients. It's blood money, or it's theft, right? So, but he's no different than the other welfare recipients. He's just bypassing the government and mooching off of you directly. And so maybe he's jealous of the government because they're in the way of his free ride. He could get more freebies and freeload off of more people if the government wasn't interfering. So he's just a parasite. What's up with your neck? Looks like you've been scratching. Probably got fleas. But you probably had fleas. But if you're nursing, then the fleas should go away, because I gave flea medicine to all the moms. Anyways, I gotta get too busy. It's Friday, and it's a business day, and it is now 9:30, so it is now business hours, and it is time to get busy. Okay, bye.